Hey everyone, it's Laura at Lyman Joy. Today I'm going to go ahead and do my savings challenge with you. Let's get into it. Alright everybody, we are going to do this savings challenge book together in just a moment, and I'm also going to do a roll the dice challenge. This is for anybody at any income level, no matter what you're making. This is a great challenge, plus the 100 envelope challenge. This is a $10,000, but there's also one for 5. I'm going to show you all of these in just a moment. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Laura at Lyman Joy. I'm a wife, a medical coder, and a mom of 6, and I'm on a journey to become debt-free and break generational cycles of debt so the next generation can live and give like they were meant to. So if that interests you, here we do cash stuffing, savings challenges. I do budgeting tips and tricks along the way to keep you motivated in your goals. Then I'd love for you to subscribe to the Lyman Joy community and hit that thumbs up so others can find this video a little more easily and find their motivation to save money as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get into that. I think before I do the savings challenge today, and I'm going to show you that, we're going to go ahead and do roll the dice challenge. But first up, let's count this money and see how much am I working with today. I often get asked, where do I get this money? Where does it come from? I am constantly at this point in my life doing side hustles. I'm also budgeting very precisely to take all the money that's extra from my groceries, all the money extra from gasoline, different apps like Fetch and Ibotta and Upsale. I take all of that at the end of the month and put it right here. These are also from some babysitting money, just side hustle money. And then, so this money is all made in January in February, and then no, I'm right. Yeah, we're in February now, but into January, and I put it into my savings challenge. So I take all month and every little bit extra that I get, and I put it into this. So that's how I do it. All right, let's count and see how much we are working with together today. I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 2, 3, 320s. So sometimes I only have a little bit, and sometimes I have a little bit more. And my suggestion is no matter if you have $15, you can do savings challenges. I'm going to show you here in a minute a few of them, but there's so many free printables online as well. All right, for 10s, we have 10, 20. All right, we have 80 here. I also do like $1 savings challenges. You can do $5 savings challenges, or simply, even just a dollar store color book, everything you color, make it a different value. Or like I said, there's free printables online. Here we go for 5, 10. I just want everybody to realize that anybody can save. It doesn't matter the income level you're at. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I wish I would have started sooner. I kind of felt like I needed to get to a certain point before I could save. And the truth of the matter is, you don't need to get to a point. You just need to save, okay? All right, so 425. Here's Roll the Dice Challenge. Like I said, this is great for anybody at all stages and walks of life. I'll also post a few of the more, maybe lower income, mid income, and higher income below in the description for those of you that are looking for different savings challenges that could fit your income level, because I want to feel fun and enjoyable, not stressful, like you don't have enough to do it and disappointed. So I will put a few different ones in the link below, some favorite Etsy people that I have that have some. That way you can go ahead and pick your favorite one. All right, Roll the Dice Challenges, you're saving $231. All right, let's see right here. 200, let's see if I can get it to focus. All right, $231, and you just color in the dice. All right, so let's go ahead and do that today. Let's see. I got a 3, so let me get something to color it in. We're going to color in this 3 right here. All right, awesome. Let's pick 3. Let's roll one more time. 4. All right, I'm going to have to round up probably. Let's see here, 4. Let's do this one. Oh, you know what? I will just put $1 back, and I grab a 5. All right, there we are. So we're going on that one. And I do want to talk about a Disney savings challenge. I went to Disneyland over Christmas with my family and it was so much fun. But I had saved for it for over a year to be able to pull it off. I have a large family, so you could, imagine that it was a bunch from Disneyland to hotels to this to that. But no matter what your goals are, you can do it. I'm telling you. So I started with saving a little bit for every single thing. I talked to some of my favorite Etsy person who I saw had a Disney thing, told her to send me over some photos. I'm going to put them in here. She has a Disney challenge kind of similar to how I saved it on my own, where it goes into like your hotel fee, from your food fee, from your Disneyland souvenir fee, and right, so that way you can like kind of save little bits along the way, making sure you have enough, setting your own price and your own amount. That way you can really be successful when you go and not feel stressed. So I don't know, I'll link her below, but somebody had asked me how I kind of saved for that, and I wanted to show them how I would do it again. I think we're on to the next adventure. This year I'm doing, of course, no spend for 4 months in 2024. But if you're looking for that dream vacation to Disney and you don't know how to have a good savings challenge for it, I'll put that one below too, because I've been asked that particular question a few times and I wanted to make sure to answer that and show how I would save for that again for anybody who may be interested in that. All right. So on a monthly basis, like I said, I get all the money I can, and then I have applied my desired long-term savings goals to this savings challenge book. You could use any book. You could use any savings challenge. Pick what you need to save for, all right? And I'll insert a video here where I talked about how you plan out what you should be saving, how much you should be saving each category right here. It's called Planning Out Your Sinking Funds. That's an important video, I think, especially if you're a planner and need to kind of see the overview. But these are the ones that I've chose for this year. I have like holidays and sports and college and emergencies, house maintenance, car maintenance, and so on. And you'll see the rest here in a moment. So what I did was I went ahead and chose my savings challenge book, and I just assigned a different savings challenge to every single challenge in here. So let me zoom you in a little bit. I want you to be able to see a little more closely. Okay, now that I've zoomed in, number one, I used marker. Don't do that. The bleed through is killing me. Okay, but I went ahead and I assigned, for instance, this one is to sports, okay? So I figured that I needed about 600 for sports. This was a good savings challenge because it kind of met that goal. And then I can fill out just one every single month and get to my goal for the end of the year. When I have more money, I will fill out a little bit more. I have a little bit more money this time because I had some little bonuses that came in. My husband got a reimbursement for a gas check, which is also some of this because I had already allotted for gas, so it was extra money. So I'm going to go ahead and color a few of these, I think 3 of them today, to get ahead in this fund. And my goal is to fully fund these as fast as possible so that I can move on to more fun savings challenges or kind of beef up the ones that may have depleted quickly in 2023 to prevent myself from ever going back into debt for any reason. Okay, so let's go ahead and color these really quickly here. All right, that is it. So I have 24, 3 times? What is that? 24 times 3, 72. All right, let's do 72. So 20, 40, 60, 70, and 2. And sometimes I do exact change. I rarely have ones. So in this case, if I didn't have ones, I would have just rounded up, just letting you know. And I haven't set a price for how much to fully fund these. I'm going to just simply put in as much as I can until I run out of money. If I have money left over, which I think I will if I can figure this right in my head, then I'll do the 100 envelope savings challenge that I'll show you here in a minute. So you could plan it out more strategically, take your money, split it evenly. I'm kind of just like, let's just make it fun and easy and fill it up as fast as I can. So we have 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 20, 21, 22, 122 into my sports. And you'll see here soon, I'll do a cash condensing video. I do not suggest you to keep a bunch of money at home. I will take this money and take it over to my high yield savings account, which is Wealthfront. It has different categories in there that I can build, make 5%, annually off of this, and build my wealth. I will put in prop money. Let me show you. I will put in prop money in its place in here so that it holds its placeholder and I can see how much money I have in that Wealthfront easily. But it can be making money and being safe somewhere else and not at home, right? Okay, so this one's all done for today. Next up, I have, let's see here. This is for a college savings for my daughter. All right, and let's go ahead and color in just one of these. I have it set to 40 that I'm going to do, and I match her. So if she pays 100, I pay 100. If she pays 1,000 a month, I pay 1,000 a month. This is to motivate her to pay off her college as she goes versus ending the year or ending her schooling with debt. So let's go ahead and color, I don't know, let's do this one right here. All right, that's it for that one. Perfect. Let's do that 40 and put it in there. All right, 20, 40, 60, and 80. So that is going well. And I might have to do more if she starts becoming, she's just a freshman, so she's just getting her, feet wet on college. But if she gets a little more proactive, I might have to step that one up a notch. All right. Candy Crush, this is for my emergency fund. That's where I've assigned it. So we're going to go right here. And I don't know, let's do maybe one of these squares, I assigned it to be 40. So let's go ahead and do that. You know what? I don't know, that's a lot. Let's actually do, sorry, I'm changing. Let's do one of these. All right, perfect. Okay, so that one's going to be 20. And we'll put that right in here. And I already have $1,000 emergency fund, and I would suggest if you don't, start there. This is just to build it up. I want it more like 3,000 to 5,000 because I'm a really large family. So if an emergency happened, I feel like it would be larger. I could be wrong, but that's how I'm feeling, especially with the economy and the way things are. So every year I just have another emergency fund going on. This will also help me that when I'm out of debt, whatever I have saved up will help me, kind of get to my 3 to 6 month goal that I have kind of in that Dave Ramsey baby step. All right, 20, 40, 45, 50. Not that I do Dave Ramsey perfectly. If you follow me for any length of time, or if you're, starting to follow me, I do that loosely. I make a Dave Ramsey plan that fits for me and makes me the most successful. These savings challenges is definitely one of the things that's made me the most successful because it's motivating. It keeps me focused on these are the set goals that I need to do versus kind of all over the place, or where I have in the past lost motivation because I'm just transferring the money. And I just get bored by transferring the money in my bank to a savings account, and I don't do it. I'll spend it instead. This keeps it more fun for me. All right. And it keeps it separate. So now it's not in my checking account. It's going to go to a Wealthfront account. It's a little harder to get to. So, all right, I'm going to do this one right here. All right, that's it. So this is 22, and this is for my house maintenance, and I'm multiplying it by 5. So what is that? 22 times 5, 110. Okay, so 110 is going to go into this one. Let's get that. 20, 40, 60, 81, and 10. All right, so we have 120, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30. Perfect. Alrighty, next up, let's see what we got going on here. Okay, this is for my car maintenance. Let's just go ahead. We did 100. Let's do a 50, and we'll just keep kind of going that way. So let's see, what color am I going to make this pig? Let's do 50 right here. All right, perfect. Let's get 50, 20, 40, and 50. I think before I started doing savings challenges, things like car maintenance definitely was a sore spot. We got 150 in there now because emergencies will happen. And if you're not prepared, then they definitely will happen. I feel like the more unprepared I was, the more often they happen. I don't know if it's just because it impacts you more, you remember it, it's a sore spot more or what, but it definitely happens. Okay, travel. Let's see, which is vacation. Let's do one of the B's. What color am I wanting to do? Let's do orange this time. Let's go right here. We're going to do a bee and a honeycomb. The bees are 20 and the honeycombs are 1 each. That way I can do 25. All right, perfect. 25. All right. 25. Awesome. And this is probably something to see where Dave Ramsey would disagree. He wouldn't probably be saving for vacations if he's on a debt-free journey, but I've never felt like my kids should be penalized because I didn't manage my money correctly. And so though we're trying to be very cautious about where we spend our vacation money, like I said, Disney was saved for a very, very, very long time before we did it. I do still feel like my kiddos should be able to do what they need to do. All right, I'm going to skip this one because we kind of used this one right here already for travel. We're not going to double do it today. Let's go ahead and get straight into Valentine's Day, which is my holiday one. Okay, and let's color some 3 little hearts here, which are $20. Now, somebody else said that they have different holiday ones, and I have seen that. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to see how keeping it all in one works, but if it does not work for me, then I am going to probably make separate ones. But for right now, everything from Valentine's to St. Patty's to Christmas, all is going to go in here, and I saved for them just in the order in which they are, so that when I get there, I'm going to do 2 tens. They are saved for. Let's see what we have in here so far. We have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80. And some of these I don't spend much on, like Valentine's I'm pretty frugal with, where it's not a big one here. So, all right. Last one I think that I'm going to do is St. Patty's Day. This is a scratcher. And you see here the different set prices for like the horse shoe is 1, 4-leaf clover is 5, and the rainbow is 10. So let's just go ahead and scratch just a couple and see how much we get. All right, that was 10. So we'll just stop right there. Perfect, because I don't want to put too much in just one category. And that is it. So that's kind of how I keep myself motivated, organized, and make sure I'm meeting my long-term goals. My short-term sinking funds, those are done on a, weekly basis when I do my cash stuffings. Let me zoom you back out here so I can show you the next and last savings challenge. All right, last up, we have this 100 envelope challenge. And so I won't have enough to fill an entire envelope. So what I do is the ones that are completed are back here, and the ones that I'm working on are right here. So this is the $176. Last time I did this, I put in whatever leftover money I had, which was 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65. And so let's see how much with all of this we are at. And we're putting it all here. So we got 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. We're so close. All right, so we got to work on this one more time. And if you're doing a 5,000 envelope challenge, they definitely are less on each envelope, so they're a little more obtainable. This one I have decided I'm saving for our move, which is in a year or two, and so 10,000 is perfect for us. I also don't just keep, I'll put this up here. I also don't keep a ton of money at home, so as you can tell, after they are filled, which I just love, then I take them to the bank, and then they have this kind of cute prop money hold placeholder that I put in there. That way, you know, I'm not keeping $10,000 at home, right? Okay, that is it for that one then today. And lastly, I'm going to put this dollar into my dollar jar because why not? It's just there. Let's grab it really quick. All right, there is my dollar jar. And I'm just going to say for them all year long, I got this at the dollar store. So, you know, get it, dollars in your dollar store jar. It's perfect. All right, and we'll see how much I end up with in the end of the year. Okie dokie, that is it. That is all for today. I had fun saving. I hope that you did too. I hope you found motivation. Pick one that works for you. I'll link some below, and just start doing it is the biggest thing. And as always, please find joy in your journey, and I'll see you next time.